So you're slicing the golf ball. Why is this? There's a number of reasons, but today we're going to focus on one of the main reasons that I see for a lot of people is their grip. They just simply don't grip the club correctly. So what are they doing? They're gripping it too weak. What do I mean when I say too weak? Does it mean they're not physically strong enough? No. What it means is that their left hand is simply too far rotated to the left, or that they're gripping the club too much in the palm, especially with their left hand. So what I've done today is I've drawn some lines here on this glove representing what we're going to talk about today. We have a W for weak, S for strong, and a big blue line here for neutral. So now if somebody has the club too much in their palm, it goes along this weak channel here, you can see. The other thing about this glove is you can see there's a little hole worn in it, where I see this happens a lot with people who have too weak of a grip. The club in their palm too much, they wear a spot right here. Maybe you've seen that before in your grip. So if I put it here in the palm and I close my left hand and I set the club down and address it, I can't see any knuckles. I can't see the top of my left hand. Conversely, if I put the club along the S or more in my fingers and I close my hand, now as I set my club down at address, I can see many more knuckles, maybe 3, maybe even 4 knuckles. That's a very strong grip. Conventionally, what we teach is something along the blue line here, which is more of a neutral grip, and as I grip it, I can see about 2 to 2.5 knuckles. Okay? But now we need to exaggerate as slicers who have it too weak. We want to really get that club what it feels like in the fingers of your hand. So how does this relate to the golf club? Well, first of all, understand this. This club face is the only thing that controls where that golf ball goes, where it starts. So if it's pointing to the right, it's going to start right. If it's pointing to the left, it's going to start left. And if it's square to the target, it's going to start there. And since our hands are the only connection to this club face, it stands to reason that having a good grip consistently will help control that club face. So how does that relate to when I swing the golf club? Well, I'm going to show you now. If I put the club in the palm of my hand, having a very weak grip, it looks something like this. Now, as I slowly swing the golf club, I'm going to come down in my normal fashion where I'm trying to release my hands and turn the club face over, and you can see that that club face just never gets back to square. Now, if I put the club more in the fingers of my left hand, now you can see at the top I can see many more knuckles with my left hand, and I'm going to take the same swing. I'm going to come down into impact, releasing my hands, turning the club face, the same motion, and you can see now that that club face is much more closed. So, to get this club face to not be open at impact and more square, what you need to feel like you're doing is gripping the club much more in the fingers of your left hand. The second part to this, I brought with me a couple tees here. What we're going to do with these tees is I'm going to put this in my left hand and I'm going to squeeze that tee so that it doesn't fall out. So it's pressed up against my thumb and hand. Then I'm going to take the other tee, put it in my right hand, and I'm going to put that on here. The goal of this drill is that these tees just simply don't fall out. That is going to encourage you and promote you to grip the club much more in your fingers as opposed to your palms. So if they drop out, that's because you're gripping the club just too weak, like this. Okay? So, as you can see today, how important it is to have a good grip, a consistent grip to help control this club face to get you stop slicing. It's going to help you out a ton. If you want more tips like this, please come see me, Jeff Caminiti at Maple Hill. We'll get you squared away.